Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss chapter number 11, that is force and pressure. What is force? Force is a type of push or a pull. Whether you are pushing any object, you are pulling any object, you are applying force on it. And the direction in which you are applying the force becomes the direction of force. Always remember, objects must interact with each other for a force to come into play. Whether you are lifting a glass of water, you are riding a bicycle, opening or closing of door, everything needs interaction between them for the force to come into play. Now, what happens when many forces act on a single object? There becomes two situations. First one is when two forces are acting on an object from the same direction. What will be the resultant force? The resultant force will be the sum of both the forces and the direction will be the same as in the previous case. Next, what happens when two forces are applied on an object but from different directions? You can see this is the larger force A and this is the smaller force B. So the resultant becomes the difference between A minus B and the direction will be the same in which the larger force was applied. Again, one more thing to remember, if the forces are applied from different directions on an object but they are equal, the resultant force becomes 0. Now comes how to describe a force. A force has two components. One is the magnitude and second is the direction. Suppose if I say 50 Newton force was applied in riding a bicycle in north direction, then this 50 becomes the magnitude and north represents the direction. So magnitude plus direction is equal to force. Now the force can be represented by an arrow. You can see there are two arrows, F1 and F2. The length of the arrow represents the magnitude, means more will be the length of the arrow, more is the magnitude, smaller is the length of the arrow, smaller is the magnitude. Second, the direction of arrow represents the direction of force. So by compiling both of these, we can easily describe a force. Moving forward, the effect of force. Whenever you are applying force on any object, you can see some changes in that. That is the effect of force. Here we are talking about the four effects that a force can cause. First is the change of position. Whenever you are kicking a stationary ball, stationary means at rest. If a ball is at a stationary position, it means it is on rest position. And whenever you are kicking it, it means you are changing the position by applying force from rest to motion. So this is what the change in position. Second is change in speed. You have seen in football matches, goalkeeper applies force to stop a football and reduces the speed of football to 0. So what he is doing? He is just reducing the speed. So reducing the speed is again a change in speed. Third comes a change of direction. You have seen in cricket matches, a bowler throws the ball and the batsman by using the bat hits the ball and changes the direction of the ball. This is what, by applying force, we can change the direction of the ball. Next is the change of shape or the size. You can easily stretch a rubber band or you can squeeze a sponge, and both of things represent the change of the shape when the force is applied on it. Last come the types of forces. There are two types of forces. One is a contact force, second is a non-contact force. You can understand by the name only, contact. Contact means the forces which come into play when two objects are in touch with each other. Now further, contact forces are of two types. One is a muscular force, second is a frictional force. Muscular force means whenever you are lifting a bucket, you are just pushing anything, you are applying the muscular force. You can only exert muscular force when you are just in touch with the object. If you are not, you can't apply the muscular force. So it is a contact force. Second, the frictional force. Friction. What is friction? Friction is a type of force which slows down any object. Remember or imagine that when you stop pedaling the bicycle, what happened? Slowly it comes to the rest position. How it comes to the rest position? Because the tires are on the road. The tires are on the road, and when the tires are on the road, what happens? The surface area between the road and the tire increases, due to which interlocking is there, and that interlocking between the surface opposes the motion, slows down the object. So it acts only and only when the object is in contact with each other. So it is also a type of contact force. Moving towards the non-contact force. Non-contact forces are those forces which can come into play when they are not in touch with each other. These are of three types. One is the gravitational force. Remember the Newton's apple that came down back to the earth? Everything which is going upward comes initially to the earth back. Why it is so? Because earth exert force. They are not in touch with each other, but still earth exert force. An object that has been thrown up will come down back. Second is the magnetic force. If you have seen a magnet, this is a bar magnet and these are the poles of the magnet. Every magnet, depending upon the size, has its own magnetic field. This is the magnetic field. So when any metallic object like iron is placed in this invisible magnetic field, it gets attracted by the magnet. And you can see that the magnet and the iron object is not in contact with each other. Still, magnet is attracting the object, which shows the non-contact force. Last is the electrostatic force. Electrostatic. Electro stands for charge and static stand for rest. Whenever you rub a comb in your hairs and then bring it near pieces of paper, you will see that the pieces of paper are attracted with the comb. Because when you rub that comb in your hair, it becomes charged. So because it is charged now, it is exerting the electrostatic force on the pieces of paper, and the pieces of paper are attracting to the comb. Lastly, the weight. There are two terms, mass and weight. Mass is the actual amount of matter contained in our body which does not change at all. Whereas the weight is a measure of Earth's gravitational force of an object. Weight is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity, that is g. Means weight is directly proportional to mass and weight is directly proportional to g. Means when g and m will be increasing, the weight will automatically increase. And we all know that the mass and acceleration due to gravity of Earth is more than the mass or acceleration of the gravity of Moon. So the weight of the object is more on Earth as compared to Moon. Students, do take revision of all these topics. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.